The unhinged left sinks even lower. Joshua Topolsky, co-founder of the tech website The Verge, has sparked an uproar after a vile attack against conservative commentator and writer Ben Shapiro, tweeting, quote, "Ben Shapiro is the Jew who helps other Jews onto the train." Now, Topolsky has now deleted the tweet, but not because it's disgusting to compare Shapiro, who is Jewish, to a Nazi collaborator, for other reasons. And in a follow-up, he tweeted, quote, "I deleted it because a mob on the right of the right-wing babies who were flooding my mentions, and it was frankly pretty annoying, as were the DM death threats." Joining us now to respond is the Daily Wire's Ben Shapiro. Ben, we're always talking to you when the left is unhinged, and you have a special way of unhinging them. But this was really, I mean, I keep saying a new low, but this really is a new low. I've never heard of this person before, but I guess he's kind of big in the tech world. Where are we here?
I mean, I've been called worse by better, so, you know, that's just the way things go, I guess, these days. Yeah, I guess that he works, or said that he worked over at Vox, and then it turns out that he was not, in fact, a co-founder of Vox. If he was from Vox, then Vox is not sending its best. That's all I can really say about it.
But we have an individual who works for this tech website saying that someone who is an observant Jew is helping put other Jews on the train, meaning, I guess, the Trump train, can't, ever look past that. But he's obviously, I mean, I think he's Jewish as well. But coming from him, who I believe is Jewish, is that have any special significance to you? Is it kind of a self-loathing deal? What is it?
I mean, not particularly. I mean, I assume he's calling me a Nazi, but he wouldn't be the only one. The way that the left works these days is that anyone who disagrees with them is a Nazi. So it really isn't a giant surprise. I always find it ironic when the left attacks me as an alt-right Nazi, considering I was literally the #1 recipient of alt-right hatred in 2016, according to the Anti-Defamation League, which is not a right-wing source.
Right. And, Ben, there are others on the left who have gone from their never-Trump mania to just, completely out of touch with the reality of politics today. One of them is I guess, a blogger for the Washington Post who's on television quite a bit. Her name is Jennifer Rubin. Let's watch.
Sarah Huckabee has no right to live a life of no fuss, no muss after lying to the press, after inciting against the press. These people should be made uncomfortable, and I think that's a life sentence, frankly.
You should be made uncomfortable for life. It should be a life sentence. Do you notice that the words that the left and the never Trump, I don't know, Republican or Bush, Bush person, I have no idea how you even describe Jennifer Rubin, because there's literally no constituency other than like Bill Kristol for what she says. But they've now used this criminal imagery. Trump is jailing babies. They're criminalizing parenthood with the separation of families. The concentration camps, all the detention centers are concentration camps. It's beyond descriptive. It's descriptive in this criminal, over-the-top, purposefully outrageous manner. What of that now, coming from, I guess a former Republican?
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously engaged in the endorsement of thug tactics, and this is the desperation to which the left and some people formerly of the right have been driven. I mean, Jen Rubin is a person who not only endorsed Mitt Romney and pushed very hard for Mitt Romney. Just a few years ago, she was suggesting that Roe v. Wade needed to be overturned. Now she says that any judge who's appointed to the Supreme Court by President Trump cannot want to overturn Roe v. Wade. There's a certain derangement, obviously, that's set in with a lot of people where they've reversed principles that they supposedly once held, specifically because they don't like Donald Trump, which I find not only puzzling, but morally vacuous. And when you look at Jen Rubin saying stuff like Sarah Huckabee Sanders should be made uncomfortable for life, and she doesn't have a right to be comfortable in the United States. Well, she does have a right to basically not be mobbed when she goes out to a gas station or when she goes out to eat dinner. The same people who are saying bake the cake to religious bakers are saying that it's a wonderful thing when a restaurant owner decides to deny service to someone based on political affinity. Now, what people on the left have even gone further than that. I mean, they're talking about not just restaurant owners saying they don't want Trump employees in their establishments. They're talking about how it's now okay for mobs to descend on other people's establishments and drive people out of those establishments, right? That's what happened to Christian Nielsen. So the level of insanity to which the left evolves every day is a testament to how much President Trump is in their heads and a testament to how their utopian idealism under President Obama has absolutely collapsed.
And then the farther left they go, the higher his numbers seem to go. So they don't see the correlation, but perhaps they'll be saner minds will prevail ultimately. Ben, have a happy Independence Day.